Like,
Oh my god. Where?
under the eye.
Oh, 무서워.
I know.
That's so scary.
Hi guys, welcome back to Mask Moments. Today I have a very special guest, someone that you've probably seen in a lot of other videos. This is Uni from Unicorn. Can you introduce yourself, Uni 언니?
Yes, so my name is Eunice. My channel is Uni 언니, and I call my subscribers unicorns. So yeah, oh, it's so funny. I'm a huge skincare geek. I usually talk about skincare on my channel, and I share my life in Korea. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, come on over and hang
check
out.
her out. And so there's very few of us actually that do speak English here and are interested in beauty. So we love getting together.
Yeah.
I think the audience would be really interested to know how we first met.
Do
you remember?
I do. So we first met through a mutual friend, Jenny, and she told me that her 언니 is going to need a model or like someone to practice her esthetician.
A dummy.
Yeah, exactly.
But she didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, and that she would like to talk to you about something, and like, because we're both in the skincare or beauty industry and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I would love to, and I want to ask her stuff too. I would love to get to know her.
So, the other thing that we have in common is that we're also both over 35.
Oh yeah, that's right. So on my channel, we did talk about, like things that we wish we knew before we turned 35. So we do like product recommendations and a little bit of things that we wish we didn't do. And then on your channel, right, we're gonna be doing both as well. So yeah, I'm excited.
So it's gonna be about do's and don'ts in terms of skincare before 35. And so here we're gonna talk about all the things about
don'ts.
All the don'ts. So things that you don't want to do before 35.
Right.
Two things that we really regret, I regret doing, is actually pore strips and scrubs. But we're gonna talk about pore strips and how to take care of blackheads on Uni's channel because we want to talk about what you should have, what we should do instead. But what we shouldn't have done was pore strips. So more on that on your channel.
Yeah.
What's another thing? Can you think of another thing that like you totally regret doing?
I was just really scared. Anything that felt rich or any like oils, I would try to stay away. So I would use only like gel moisturizers, something light that wouldn't have high oil content.
Right, because you would equate oil with oily and that was immediately bad or causing acne.
Exactly.
Yes, that's a really good point because people actually take that point and it's a singular point and it's actually really complicated, but they only take that top line and think, oh, oil, I'm oily, I shouldn't use and I should stay away.
Exactly.
And all of these American products, because they were pushing oil-free, I think that was kind of misleading.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, now we know it's actually all about oil and water balance.
Right.
And that's much more important.
Yeah. Back in the days, only I don't know why in my 20s, my skin still look good the next day, Like, so I would think I'm okay, all those drunken nights that I didn't wash my face.
That's another one.
Seriously, that's one thing that I do regret too, that I didn't wash my face a lot. Not like every day, but I think like once every month or once every...
Right, when you go out hard.
Yeah. And then I wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh crap. But I didn't really care back in the day.
For every time that I went out without sunblock, I feel like I've probably aged. It's showing now.
Right.
So that's another huge thing that I regret.
That's one of the things that we are gonna talk about on my channel as well. But I think it's so important. And you know what? You know that famous picture with the truck driver where one of his face, like really there's wrinkles, it's aged, like lose all his elasticity, and the other side is like fine. It shows that, like on his left side, he got sun like all the time, every single day. Yeah, and this side is perfectly fine. It's so scary.
Actually, you can also see that with golfers who wear one glove.
Oh my god.
Even if it's a hand, your left hand usually has the glove on if you're like a right-handed person, and you don't wear a glove on the right hand. And actually, when you look at the two hands, one has so significantly aged. Yeah, you can see the age on the hand that doesn't get sun exposure. Yeah. So for all those times that I went out without sunblock.
These days, there's so many great sunscreens, especially K-beauty sunscreens, or even globally, just really good like sunscreens that I would love to apply. Some, it doesn't even seem like sunscreens, It's so good.
It feels like a lotion.
Yeah, but back in the days, you know, there were no good sunscreens. It was just like you didn't want to. The white cast was too strong.
You always smelled like you were.
It smelled horrible.
Yeah, you always smelled like you were getting out of the beach.
Yeah,
Like you smell sunscreen, you're like, okay, beach. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We would only wear sunscreen when we go to the beach or something.
Right. But now there's really no excuse, and like it feels very like. That's just like the last step of your your skincare. So
definitely.
That's something that, you know, I wish I would have done more.
Same. Sorry, it was so hot. I had to change. Whew, okay.
So what about pimples?
Picking on pimples.
I'm actually really guilty of doing that because I didn't have a lot of acne. I had like the occasional one or two, or blackheads or whiteheads, and I would like squeeze it out using my hands. So kind of in like, I know. I'm like, I regret every time I actually even touching my face. Because you know what, the truth of the matter in terms of anti-aging, the truth of the matter is that whatever you do, for everything that you do, you either helping your skin age or you're preventing. So there is something that's happening no matter what you do. And for every time I touch my face, I want to kick myself. Now, because
your old self, right? Your young self.
I scar, and the blemishes take a long time to fade. I went to a derm for actually this one. I was surprised because actually she did pop it for me, but I didn't want her to. What I wanted was a shot, which is actually just a steroid shot. It's an anti-inflammatory thing, and your skin has the ability to heal itself. Speaking of anti-inflammation, the steroid shot really helps the inflammation, which is the pimple, go down. And I can't emphasize enough how little we talk about anti-inflammatory like needs for your skin.
Even right now, like I always constantly have inflammation around this area, the redness, but I didn't know that it was inflammation. But only like Sophia really taught me that a lot of people have inflammation, and it comes and goes, and we do need to take care of it. But I think oftentimes we don't know it.
Right, because I don't think people equate inflammation with actually aging. But if you think about it, this is the reason why in Korea there's so many calming products that do really well, and people think, oh, I need to calm it without understanding what they're treating is inflammation. But acne is inflammation, rosacea is a kind of inflammation. It's a chronic inflammation. But they're like, you know, turning red, redness is inflammation. So actually treating inflammation is really important in anti-aging. And that's something I wish we would have been better educated about when we were younger, and realizing that acne is a form of anti-inflammation too.
Exactly. What would you say the best thing is for anti-inflammation?
Like the Mask Moments gel masks, the coconut gel masks, are really great for anti-inflammation. Because coconut gel is just naturally used for. Actually, the sheets, the biocellular sheets, were originally created to treat burn wounds because it's just got natural like healing properties. That really calms the skin. And so regular use of Mask Moments, which then you're getting the, you know, the brightening effects, the vitamins and the antioxidants, as well as the anti-inflammation properties through the sheets. So for me, I mean, that's how I get my anti-inflammatory treatment.
I'm sorry, I'm like smiling because I saw myself. I'm like, yes. I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm like, yes, Onni, I'm like learning. I always No,
remember when you first tried Mask Moments too? Can you tell the audience a little bit about that?
Because I was like, Onni, to be straight honest, I said, Onni, I don't think people are gonna able to know how good this is unless you educate, unless you explain it to everyone. One thing I told her, Onni, my redness around the butterfly zone has improved so much, and I want to continuously to use this. And she told me, if you have time, leave it on longer. I was like, no, but the other cotton sheet mask, it takes away the moisture, but this one is different. Like she said, it's 100% is jelly, right? Coconut
it's fermented
jelly.
Coconut water.
Exactly. So you can see it that it thins out. So that was so interesting for me. So I left it on for like a while. On certain parts that my skin was drier, it would thin out more, and the other parts it was thicker when I took it off, and it was really cool.
I have people who are like really red tell me that when they take it off, the parts of their skin that calm, there's like a boundary between where they have the mask on and where they didn't, because it does treat inflammation.
Right.
Except being consistent is really, really difficult.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and so that's what I try to promote with the Mask Moments subscription.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that I do regret, that I wasn't consistent.
Same.
Yeah.
I wish if, you know, like, cause there's like phases, you're really into it and then you're not, and then like you break up with your boyfriend and then things happens, life happens, you know? But I look at my friends, cause now I'm 35, you know, when you look at your friends, you know who took care of their skin.
Yes.
Back in the days, like in your teens, you can't really tell. In your 20s, you can't tell either, because some people that are born with it, like it's from their mama, they just have naturally really great skin. But when you go into mid 30s and like later down the line, you can tell, really, even the people with that is born with such great DNA, you can tell if they didn't take care of their skin in their 20s and 30s, it starts showing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I think that's scary.
It is really scary, because you can see it, and it's just healthy habits, right? It's just like food. So another way of saying that is, when we're younger, we look for instant like beauty results, right? But what it is it actually shows over time, like really great ingredients like niacinamide we talk about all the time. It takes like 12 weeks to show. And you need to put it on consistently, and you need to give it a month. And actually, even with like, you know, the blackheads, we used to use pore strips because you can see the sebum, thinking like, oh, this is the best way. Yeah. But if you apply like salicylic acid, like we were told, you don't see it changing immediately. It takes like a good month. But when you do, you really are able to treat it correctly. And, you know, I just wasn't patient enough.
Exactly.
The other habit that I think I wish I would have had was drinking more water.
Oh, yeah, still now. I think
I'm always trying to tell myself, drink more water.
Yeah, same. But those small things, or even exercising.
Yeah, so all these healthy habits. Sleeping well, sleeping enough, right?
So
Sleeping,
big.
exercising, eating well, drinking water. All these are basics for skincare.
Yeah, even if you use the most expensive product, even if you're consistent with that, but you have a crappy like habit of
lifestyle.
Yeah, then it's not gonna work, man.
Healthier lifestyle. That's something I wish I was consistent about.
So I used to get those IPL이었나?
Yeah, it was a kind of laser.
It was a kind of laser that helps to brighten my skin tone, and you have to get at least like 5 or 6 times. But that was very irritating for my skin, and I would tell them, oh, it hurts each time and it takes forever for my skin to come back and be calmed. But they're like, oh, it's okay, this is a really light laser, all skin types can do it. So I really regret that, you know.
Did it make your skin more sensitive?
More sensitive. It always like messed up my skin barrier. It would take forever for my skin to feel healthier and stronger again. I mean, in return, I did like my acne scars and things faded, but at the same time, my skin became more sensitive. So later down the line, I couldn't do it.
It does weaken your skin barrier. And so while laser is great, I actually do recommend it for older people personally. And I actually say, okay, ease into it. Because you can only do it so many times.
And there's different kinds. You know, different kinds for different people and different age groups, like she said.
Right. But overall, laser, it is actually supposed to be great for your skin. But again, use it sparingly. And I would say if you're in your late like 30s, 40s, 50s, then by all means. But if you're on your younger ages,
I was like 20.
I know, that's too young to start lasering in my mind. So I regret, actually I didn't do laser when I was younger, but the one time that, and I actually like laser too, but I have sensitive skin as well, and so I actually don't do it as often. But the one time I do regret it was I went in and they didn't really clean off my makeup correctly and fully. And so I still had like a remnant of mascara on my like cheek here, like under my eye.
Oh my god.
And mascara has iron. And so it burned me, the laser, because laser's burning, right? And so it left a scar, and I'm wearing makeup right now, you can't tell, but I still have like a tiny scar from it.
Where? Like somewhere
under the eye. Yeah.
That's like the most sensitive part.
And so that's another tip for you. Like, please remove all makeup or don't wear any when you're going to get laser done. But even though they told me that they like wiped everything off, like I think like one
little
iron piece was left, and it like I felt the spark.
Oh, 무서워.
I know.
That's so scary.
It was so painful.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, laser's painful as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
But that's the other thing.
gosh.
Laser's really painful, guys.
Oh.
So, I mean, laser's great, but
Yeah.
actually do your homework.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk about the Botox as well. So I tried Botox once in my life. The one time I go in to do like the one plastic surgery like thing. Because in Korea, it's really popular
So
for
popular.
yeah for Korean girls to get Botox like here.
Here,
Because
the
yeah.
jaw muscle.
Right,
Oh.
because like it's the TMJ area, and that's because Koreans have this like aesthetic where they think like this V line and making your face really small
Yeah.
is important.
Yeah.
And so I thought I would jump on the bandwagon and try the Botox as well.
Oh.
And so I went in with my like really popular like
The model friend.
yeah, with a model friend who really knows the stuff. And so and this place that we went to was apparently like an expert. So
Yeah.
we went and I didn't even think much of it, and it was like really quick. They had me ice it a little bit and then 2 shots or whatever shots, and it was done.
Oh.
A couple days later, I still have it, so I won't do it for you guys. So I'm embarrassed. But my left side, my left lip became paralyzed. So
Was
when
it worse than right now?
It was worse than right now.
But
It's
right
a
now,
little
you
better.
can't really tell.
Well,
Like, you
can't
have
tell
to
when
see
I'm-
her.
Yeah, when I'm
Oh.
like this, you can't tell. But when I smile, like
A little bit doesn't go up. You
yeah,
can't really tell on the
you
camera.
can't really
but,
tell on the camera,
Oh.
but that's because it's been some time.
Oh.
But and
Damn.
actually, by the way, Botox does go away. The
Fade
toxin-
away.
Yeah, fade away over time.
I would have been so angry. I mean, but so
I was-
scared.
I was
Oh.
scared. I was angry. I was traumatized
Yes.
because I didn't know it could paralyze you, and it looked like I was getting that half smile.
Oh,
I know because it was paralyzed.
oh my god, because it does that's what it does. It kind of like paralyzes your muscle so that
Yeah, it makes your muscles atrophy.
yeah.
Yeah, and so so apparently it happens to 1 or 2 people out of 100.
Wow.
And I mean, I hit the jackpot, I guess.
Oh.
And then later when I went back, I realized like the guy tells me, I don't have a typical Korean face where I have really like wide cheekbones on the side, because when you do have wider cheekbones, then when you get the Botox here, you get the V line. But for someone like me, I have like a smaller space between
yeah,
here.
I'm like, 언니, you don't need Botox.
Apparently
What
I
are you
didn't need
talking
it, and it
about?
doesn't work on me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have much muscle to
Like, you have to have muscles to do it anyways, but she didn't, you know?
I didn't have much there. I just did it because I thought everybody else did it, and I didn't know what it was
and
for.
then your friends had to do it, and then,
Right, peer
and then he
pressure.
did it for you, the doctor. So.
Yeah, and the doctor never mentioned anything until after the fact.
Oh.
Yeah, so apparently if you wanted to keep it like a V-line, you have to get Botox every 3 to 6 months. But he told me to never come back for that, ever. He's like, you don't need Botox and you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so
Thanks for letting me know afterwards.
I know. So I'm actually, so it's not fully come back yet. I'm actually still waiting. But I do have some pictures where I'm like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Oh.
I know, I'm so sad.
That's
so
such a good tip, though.
that's another thing I really regret. Like, do your research.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even if it's great sounding and great for everybody else, it may not be fitting for you.
Yeah.
Like, Botox really didn't fit my particular face shape.
Yes.
And so it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
It's very popular in Korea
Yeah.
that like it's so ubiquitous that like everybody does it,
Yeah.
right? Not thinking about you and your skin and your, you know, and the effects in the long term.
Yeah, in the long term.
No, yeah, they
Yeah.
don't because they want immediate return. And like you said, the part of the problem is that the customers want immediate results.
Yeah.
And so don't forget that skincare is a habit. It's a long-term thing. It's a lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
It's a complete like, you know, it's all about consistency.
Exactly.
Yeah, and instant results are not necessarily always the best. And I mean, I'm only finding out later on after all these like mistakes that you know I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, skincare is self-care, you know, and we really focus a lot on that. I think it is something that's amazing.
When you're healthy and you're happy, it shows on your skin.
It does.
We also believe that skincare is self-care. So what would you say is your mask moment?
I remember I've dealt with depression because I had adult acne, and I had incidents where like I remember I was with this guy that I was dating. Sorry, Derek. Sorry to my boyfriend. But your boyfriend has better skin than the girl, and I was so like, I still remember the feeling I felt.
That's so mean.
It's so mean, but I think she was trying to compliment the guy.
Oh.
But it was me, myself.
By dissing you?
Yeah, exactly, right? But I think that time was when I was at the worst.
Oh.
Like I felt so like I was breaking out and I was trying to cover that because we were going on a date and it was at night and you know like the light, you know, at the tents, it's not that as pretty.
Yeah.
I was very insecure about myself back then. So I still remember that one like thing. Like till this very day, it shook me so much. So every time I would meet this guy, I felt very insecure
About your skin.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that makes that affects me.
Of
That affects
course.
my life. The way
Right.
that I like act, the way that I think, the way that I like, you know, live my life.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think overall, of course, we have bad skin days, good skin days. It's something that we do really have to accept.
Yeah.
But it is something that really affects us.
Yeah. Just like anything else in life, whether it's exercising or planting a seed, when you do what you have to do with your routine and you're consistent, the results do show.
Yeah.
Like exercising doesn't help you overnight.
Yeah.
You know, you can't lose weight
wish.
overnight or you can't change your health overnight. But
Yes.
over time, when you're consistent, like anything important in life takes time. And so I think it's true for exercise, it's true for planting a seed.
Relationships.
Yeah, anything. And skincare is not an
Yeah.
exception. So
Yeah.
when you're consistent and you're really good to it, then your fruits will show.
Yes, I love that. Thank you for like rounding that up, you know?
No, thank you for being here.
Yes, I had so much fun.
Me too. And
Oh.
so telling us all about all the things that we did wrong when we were younger.
Damn. Oh.
But I hope you guys tune in to Uni's channel as well because we'll be continuing to talk about this topic about things we should have done.
Yeah.
So here we talked about things we shouldn't
Shouldn't
do,
have done.
but we're going to talk about all the to-dos on her channel. So I'll see you over there.
Yeah, thank you so much, Johnny, for inviting me. Bye.
Bye,
Do you have
guys.
a AKA for mask momenters?
What's an AKA?
Like also 잠깐만.
It's okay.
귀여워.
Also
like
known as?
like nicknames. Also known
Oh,
as.
I don't. I have to think of one yet.
We have to make one. Okay,
know,
let
think
us
of
know
nicknames.
any recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye
Bye guys. Love you guys.